everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle if you are new. So today I wanted to do a video just talking about how I feel after eating a plant-based diet for a month or 5 weeks, and if I'm going to continue with it. So last year in December I saw this campaign going around on social media called Veganuary, and if you don't know what Veganuary is, it's where you eat plant-based vegan food for the month of January. So I thought, oh, that sounds interesting and it sounds like a nice way to bring in the new year. So I decided to go ahead and give it a go and challenge myself. Instead of starting on the 1st of January, I started a couple of days earlier. I started on the 27th of December, just because I felt really crappy because we had like a lot of Christmas celebrations, and we had Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and I just felt yucky within myself. So I thought, I'm not going to wait till January, I'm just going to start now. So I started on December the 27th, and I'm happy to say that I ate the whole month of January and the last couple of days of December plant-based. I did have a few little slip-ups, but I'll only like minor, but I'll tell you about those a bit later. So I've wrote down some things that I've noticed within myself that I thought were interesting, and a few of you asked me to let you know how I feel after eating this way. So this is 5 weeks after eating a plant-based foods. So the biggest, sorry if I'm looking down, I'm just checking my notes. The biggest thing that I've noticed is I am not bloated anymore. Thinking back, I think it was all of November and most of December, I kept saying to my husband and my mum how bloated I felt. Like I just felt full of air and I just felt really bloated. Since I've been eating this way, all of that has gone. It went pretty quick actually. I think within a week, all of that like horrible bloating feeling disappeared, which is really nice. The only thing I can put that down to is probably dairy, because I still have been eating bread and like gluten. So I don't think wheat or gluten must have been affecting me. I think it must have been the dairy, because I've cut out all dairy. Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed within myself. A few of you were wondering if I lost any weight. I did lose weight. It was nothing like extravagant, but I lost 2.5 kilos, which I think is maybe 6 pounds. I'll put how much it is in pounds down here for all of you that go by pounds, not kilos. So yeah, if you break it down, I lost like half a kilo a week or 1 pound a week, which isn't bad. But I didn't do this to lose weight. I just did it mainly to see how I felt on it. So that's been like a little positive result from eating this way. What else? I also haven't been so tired. Usually in the past I would get really tired around about 2 or 3 o'clock. On my days off from work, I would go and actually have a little nana nap on the bed for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours, because I would just be so tired. I've noticed I'm not so tired anymore. Like I can get through a whole day without having to have a little nap. Some days I still do get tired, but yeah, I want to say it's like 80% better. So I'm definitely not as tired, and I definitely have a lot more energy. My husband's even noticed, he's like, oh, you've got a bit of pep in your step. I'm like, yes, I do. So that's something else. This one's a little bit weird. I thought I've been craving a lot of fruit, like a lot of fresh things. I thought I would be craving all the things I couldn't have, but the first couple of days, I think the first couple of days I was craving like a few naughty foods, but after that I actually haven't craved anything. And I've been surrounded by people eating like pizza, and even on New Year's Day we ordered, we had some family over to watch some fireworks, and we ordered pizza. I ordered vegan pizza. And I didn't crave any of their pizza at all, which was really good. Yeah, my cravings have definitely disappeared, and I've been craving a lot of fruit. Yeah, fruit has just become so appealing to me. which I like because I love fruit. So that's something else I've noticed. Also, the grocery shopping is a lot cheaper, so much cheaper, and that's mainly because meat is so expensive here in Australia. If you get a good quality chicken breast, sometimes you can pay like $14 for half a kilo, which is crazy. I know sometimes my mum buys little, like, is it lamb cutlets? Little lamb something, and yeah, I think she says sometimes it's like $15 for 4 little lamb cutlets. So yeah, my grocery shopping is a lot cheaper. Jay obviously still eats a little bit of meat. He has steak once in a while and chicken. Yeah, the grocery shopping is usually around $200. I've noticed it's been reduced by at least $50. What else have I written down? So they're all the positive little things. One thing that I have enjoyed as well, it's not really a change in myself, but I've enjoyed educating myself about eating this way. One big thing that I never knew, which is crazy, let me know if you guys knew this as well. Red wine. I had no idea red wine wasn't vegan. Like, if I thought of red wine, I just think of grapes. A lot of wines are processed using milk or egg. So one day I was filming a what I ate video and I had a bit of red wine, and one of my lovely subbies mentioned to me that red wine actually wasn't vegan, and then I checked the bottle and I read like the little fine print, and she's right. So now I've been buying organic vegan wine, which still tastes amazing. Even Jay likes it, and he's a bit of a wine connoisseur, so that's got to say something. And yeah, I've just been enjoying like watching documentaries and listening to podcasts just about health and wellness in general. I do have a few I only have 2 negatives, and they're not that bad. A few nights I woke up feeling hungry. Like, not a little bit hungry, you know how sometimes you get stomach pains when you're really hungry. Yeah, it was only, I think, 3, maybe 4 times I did that. I woke up and I was like, wow, I'm actually really hungry, but it made no sense because I'd have like a pretty big dinner. Like, it's not like I'm starving or anything, you know, I eat pretty good. So I was trying to figure out why that might be. I still don't know. If you guys know, let me know. But yeah, I'd usually just go back to sleep, and then when I'd wake up, I'd feel fine. Like, I wouldn't feel hungry at all. So that's like one weird symptom. This isn't really like a negative. It's just a bit, I don't know, it annoyed me a little bit. It was hard in social settings eating plant-based. A few times me and my mum would go out for like a coffee and cake, and that's something that we enjoy. Like, we like going out for a little chat, having a coffee, having a piece of cake. It was hard trying to find a place that stocked vegan cakes, or even trying to find somewhere where the staff knew about which products were plant-based or vegan. A lot of times I'd go in and I'd go order our coffees, and I'd say, oh, do you know if any of your products are vegan? And most of them would just, actually no, I think all of the times the girl at the front counter would just like look at me and she's like, oh, I'm not sure, sorry. And I'm like, that's okay, can you go check with someone? So they'd go check with like the manager or the supervisor, and even the manager or supervisor, they wouldn't know. Like, the answer would be, oh, we can't guarantee anything, which I just found a bit weird. I feel like if I managed or owned a cafe, I don't know, fair enough if your staff don't know, but I feel like I would like be on the ball with that, especially with so many people having like nut allergies or egg allergies. Like, I'd want to make sure I knew which products we stopped that were vegan, or which, like, you know, contained egg or dairy or whatever. Even if they could just give like a flat out no, like, fair enough, I don't mind if you don't have anything, you know, but just being certain on that. Like, just most of the places were like, oh, we're not sure. And I feel like plant-based and vegan still isn't quite popularized in Australia or in Perth at the moment. on one occasion, me and my mum did go to a place called Health Freak Cafe, and that's like quite a niche cafe where they cater for vegans and do like keto things and all healthy meals. So that was really nice. We had a nice coffee, and my mum always has a hot chocolate, so she had a hot chocolate, and we shared a little like vegan peanut butter cake thing, which was really nice. But yeah, that was quite eye-opening to me to see how many cafes just weren't educated on that topic. I hope I'm not coming across a bit, I don't know, I don't want to come across being rude. Eating this way wasn't a struggle to me at all. I actually found it quite easy. I think mainly because I haven't ate red meat or pork for a long time. I mentioned it the other day how many years it was. I think it's something like 7 or 8 years, or it might be 9 years. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's been a long time since I've ate red meat. So already not eating that, I think was a bit of an advantage. So really the only thing I had to cut out was chicken, fish and dairy and eggs. Is that it? The only time I did struggle, like I mentioned before, was going out in social situations. Like you really have to study the menu and kind of like chop and change things, but apart from that I found it really easy, and I enjoyed it. That's the main thing, and I feel good. A couple of years ago I tried eating keto, and I think I did it for a month, and I just felt horrible by the end of it. Like I just felt heavy, and I just felt heavy. I had no other way to explain it than just feeling heavy, and my skin broke out, and it just didn't suit me. So yeah, this way, definitely eating this way has suited me a lot more. So I guess the big question is, am I going to continue eating vegan, plant-based? And I am going to take the 80-20 rule to this, because I do feel really good eating this way, but I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. I know myself, and I don't want to restrict myself in that way. So yeah, 80% of the time I'm going to eat plant-based where I can, and then if I go out for dinner or if I'm out with friends and I'm feeling like a bit of salmon or something, I'll have a bit of salmon, and I don't want to have to feel guilty for having a bit of salmon. Or another example is one of my friends went to Hawaii recently, and she had a piece of it's called a coconut cake from the hotel called, I think it's called Ukulani, something along those lines. But she said this coconut cake was delicious. Jay and I are going to go to Hawaii next year, so yeah, when I think of Hawaii I just keep thinking of this coconut cake, and it makes me happy. So if I tell myself, oh, I can't eat this coconut cake, yeah, I'm just gonna lose a little bit of happiness about going to Hawaii. So yeah, I don't want to put that pressure on myself by saying I can never have a type of, like, I can never have that coconut cake ever again, do you know what I mean? So that's what I think I'm going to do. From all the research I've done and all the documentaries I've done, it has kind of put me off chicken a little bit. So I'm definitely going to limit my chicken consumption and probably mainly just stick to fish. But yeah, that's my answer to that question. So I'm going to wrap up the video here because my low battery is flashing. But I hope you've all enjoyed this video and got a little bit of insight onto how I went with eating vegan, plant-based. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye.